Alright, hey everybody. For those of you who commented and asked a question about the banner stone that I have, or I guess atlatl weight, whichever way you want to cut it, I just wanted to be able to show a little bit of it. When I found it, maybe a year ago, I really didn't know what I found. I really didn't know any. I knew it was an artifact, but since then I've heard some comments and seen some stuff on there and realized that it's a really rare piece to find, and I'm thankful for it. I wanted to show you what kind of stone it was and give you some close-up of it. It's sort of a greenish, almost jade type of stone. It's unbelievable, actually. Smooth as can be, smooth as a baby's bottom. But just a really nice stone. The workmanship on it is fantastic. Just wanted to give you a little bit of close-up with that. I have some really unique and interesting points that I never did a cleanup, and I wanted to show everybody. I went out today, busted my rear, and didn't find a whole lot. Of course that happens. That's what makes the hobby so great. There we go. Anyway, today, out of some of these bottom compartments, and I'm just about done with my displays, and I just wanted to show some of the ones out of there that I really just thought were unique and diverse, different types of points. If you can guess what they are, put a shout out for what they are, because I can't. There's some of these that are unique, and I haven't really, just either a notch point or just a nice arrowhead, you know. Don't even know the names for them. And there could be a million, couldn't there? But I want to give you a close-up on some of these right here today and just let you see some of the points that are made out of materials that I'm not sure about at all, as well as colors and shapes. But check these out, if you will. Look at this little guy, starting at the top. A little bit of a curve up there. I found that at Notchville. That's a great point. For all you arrowhead lovers that tune in, thanks for your comments. I'm glad these points are interesting to you. Of course, I love them. They're in my display box now, and as I told some others out there, once they get in my display box, usually I'm not going to trade them. I'm not going to sell them, and they've just entered posterity. I have 3 sons who I can leave them to, and you know, when I'm gone, they can determine what they need to do with them. But until that time, I just want to do my best to you know, honor the majority race that's been before us. Look at this point, will you? That is something else. And these are all about, you know, 2 inches long or so. Just to give you a close-up of some of these and the materials that they're made out of. Don't even know. And when they're wet, you guys know it's just 100% different. You can imagine what they are wet, but I just didn't even bother wetting them all down. Just wanted to do this fairly quickly and give everybody a little bit of an idea of what these points look like. Unique. Look at the materials they're using here in Eastern North Carolina. If you can identify a material, put a shout out for it as well. I'd just like to know. I had no earthly idea. Just rock, you know, whatever could work, whatever they could form. Nice stuff. I found this one at Notchville. I really like it. And this point here is, you know, it's a little bit thicker, I guess. The base is ground on this. You can see that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's ground around here. It's ground off on the bottom. But then it's got some smoothing there. Comes up here, but just a sweet point. Look at this. No earthly idea what the material is. Look at this point, though. Nice piece. Anyway, moving right on. Look at this piece. I'm waiting for this field to open back up in the spring. I haven't been there in a year. The field got split seeded, and so really hadn't been ready. This is an old type of point, I bet. Just unique. I never found a point like it. I know the material, it's got one little chip. I know the material inside is dark, and the patina on this is sort of like a rhyolite, but it's completely uniquely different. And they really worked on it because it's got serrations along the whole edges of both edges. Nice piece, though. Here's another stem point with a little bit of fluting found over at the Cove, as well as this over at the Cove with a little bit of fluting. And look at this unique point. Found it at Hidden Alley. Just great stuff, unique. Another point right here. There's got to be a name for those because those are repeated. I find these fairly often. Some really high grade, awesome. Some just utilitarian. Like this point right here is very much the same as this point right here. Similar to this point here. This is a unique piece I found at Notchville. I found at Mecca. This piece right here is really a smoker. The craftsmanship on it is exact. It is strong rock and detailed. You know, it's interesting because these two chips on the end are patinaed and old. Very old. It seems like they might have almost uniformly chipped that off on the end for hafting or something was going on, because it's just too much of a coincidence for each side there to be chipped off like that. Look at that point. With the exact same patina that's on the rock. Anyway, that was a really unique point. A little bit on the thick side. I like that though. Going right across and just getting this thing finished up. Look at this. Neat point right there. About 2 inches long. And then some really interesting colored rock. I hope we can see this. There's a really creamy white material with sort of greenish hues on the inside of it. These were found at the Cove. And that's just a vein that goes through it. Actually, it's not a crack at all. And then this is the same sort of material worked down. Look at this. You know, unique points, unique materials, just crazy stuff. These were all at the Cove. And then here's another one from Mecca. Nice bifurcated point. And then look at these things up close. Serrated all the way. Unique material for sure. And then we got these two little ones. Never found anything here like them at all. Let's see if we can get this in there. There we go. I found this one first at Far and Away. And then at the Hawk, I found this when times were really slim and I wasn't finding a lot out there. It was so bone dry last summer, and you know, things had been picked over. But I just kept at it and walked up on this in the hot blazing. I remember it was about 110. It was a hot blazing sun. But look at the color on this thing. Smoker. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys that cleanup of some really unique materials and unique points. Thanks for tuning in.